Mom, what if the Earth had no gravity?
What if the Earth had no gravity? That's an interesting question. Let me explain. Imagine waking up in a world where everything is floating. Without gravity, the ground beneath us would no longer hold us down. Objects like chairs, tables, and even people would drift freely in the air. This new reality would lead to some fascinating changes in our environment. Floating objects, without gravity, everyday items would float around. You might find your books, toys, and even water swirling around you. Catching a ball would be more like a game of tag with the air as it would drift slowly in every direction. Altered landscapes would look dramatically different. Rivers and oceans, without gravity pulling the water down, might take on a spherical shape, floating like bubbles. Mountains and hills could appear more like floating islands in a vast ocean of clouds. Animal adaptations, animals would have to evolve to survive in a gravity-less world. Birds might have larger wings to glide effortlessly, while mammals could develop long, flexible limbs to grasp floating objects. Fish might develop a buoyancy mechanism, allowing them to hover midwater without the need to swim. Plant adaptations, plants would face challenges as well. Roots, which typically grow downwards to anchor the plant, would need to adapt to search for nutrients. They might develop a new way of growing, perhaps relying on the wind to spread their seeds and find sunlight. Human life, humans would have to invent new ways to navigate and live. Cities could be built like floating platforms, with people using special suits to move around or pull themselves toward different areas. Cooking and eating would become challenging, as food would float away unless secured.
What is the scientific explanation, Mom?
Gravity is a fundamental force that pulls objects toward each other. It's what keeps us grounded and what causes objects to fall to the ground when dropped. Here's a closer look at the role gravity plays. Gravity is the reason we don't float away into space. It pulls everything on Earth toward its center, allowing us to walk, run, and jump. Without gravity, we would feel weightless, and our bodies would struggle to function as they do now. Gravity plays a crucial role in the water cycle. It pulls water down into rivers, lakes, and oceans, and helps in the movement of water from one place to another. If there were no gravity, water would not stay in bodies of water, instead, it would form floating blobs. The atmosphere would also be affected, as gravity helps hold the gases around the Earth. Without it, the air would dissipate into space, making it impossible for living beings to breathe. Gravity affects how objects move. For example, when you throw a ball, it follows a curved path because of gravity pulling it back down. In a world without gravity, objects would not follow predictable paths, they would simply float away in whatever direction they were pushed. Gravity is also responsible for the formation of the Earth, the Moon, and other celestial bodies. It governs the movement of planets and stars, keeping them in orbit. Without gravity, the structure of our solar system would collapse, and everything would drift aimlessly in space. A world without gravity would be a chaotic and fascinating place, filled with floating objects and altered landscapes. While it sparks our imagination, understanding the importance of gravity helps us appreciate the stability it brings to our lives and the natural world. Through this exploration, we can learn about the fundamental forces that shape our planet and universe, highlighting the importance of scientific inquiry and curiosity.
Wow, thanks, Mom. You explained it so well. I learned a lot today. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.